Repair and Protect will help repair.
Mundine.
I'm a bit scared with them both in here, I'm saying.
And I'm not talking about the fight in January, I'm talking what's going to happen here in the studio in a few minutes' time as we go to the break. The boys front up right over here on Wide World of Sports in a few moments' time.
Wide World of Sports, brought to you by TomWaterhouse.com online betting. With 4 generations of Waterhouse betting knowledge, Tom knows what punters want.
You know, I'll show you who's going to take the belt. I'm going to have, by the end of my career, I'm going to have a belt for every day of the week.
I just can't wait for this fight to happen. You know, there's going to be a lot more talk along the way and a lot of crap spoken, but you know, down to it, it's all about those 12 rounds. To be honest, he talks all the time.
I talked and now walk the floor.
Yeah, he is the ultimate promoter. That's Daniel Geale, obviously, there with Anthony Mundine, who's never short of a word. They join us now live in the studio, staring at each other, a few metres apart. First of all, Anthony, every major event needs a good and a bad guy. Which are you?
First of all, Ken, I just want to clarify a couple of things.
Now, which are you?
Well, I can be the good guy, I can be the bad guy, but I'll just be me, you know what I mean? But I just want to clarify a couple of things. I think I went a bit too far. I want to be man to man. I had a press conference. I want to be man to man and say, I probably did step the line and about your women, about your woman and your children. I just want to say sorry, I'm sincerely sorry. After it came out, I wanted to take it back, but it was too late. So I hope you accept my apology. That was the first thing I wanted to talk about. Another thing I want to talk about is a lot of my people misunderstood or got lost in the translation of what I wanted to say about, you know, there was a certain quote, and we got the strongest women, we got the strongest men. We got the...
Yeah, we got... I mean, I get your gist now, yeah, but we've got to move on.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing. I want to got to get this off my chest. We've got the strongest women, we've got the strongest men, we've got the strongest civilised race ever.
Yeah. Anthony, come on, we've got to keep me... I understand exactly where you're coming from.
I need to get this off my chest.
Do you accept what he's just said, the apology? Because you showed great restraint the other day. I thought you might have stood up and wanted to deck the guy there and then.
It was something that did get me. Yeah, you know, I don't mind. Like, yeah, say whatever you want about me, I don't care. But,
yeah, like I said,
not
that's
the family,
why I'm here. That's why I'm here, man.
That's
why I'm here, man to man, to say.
Okay, I accept the apology, but you know, when the time comes in the ring, we'll sort it out.
That's what we're here for.
That's right.
Okay, well, you know, we've got it. Daniel's here, and we want to keep this 50-50, so we don't want anybody hijacking Anthony. So you can't, you know, run over this.
No, I just wanted to clarify one thing.
I know you've done that.
I haven't done it.
Yes,
but I want to do it at the end.
Yeah. Okay. Now, look, he did win. He did win, and he won well in Germany. He's a great fighter.
Mate,
he's a great fighter. You can't belittle it, can you?
I don't belittle that. Like, he's a great fighter. He's a great champion. Like I said when I saw him and fought him the first time, I said this guy's going to be champion again. You know what I mean? I know because he's a great fighter and he can fight. He's got the skills. He's got the goods. When
you see your fight here, Daniel, this is your Stern fight, and this was a good fight for you to win out of your own backyard. This must give you tremendous amount of confidence every time you see this video coming up against Anthony.
Oh, definitely. I mean, fighting a guy like Felix Sturm, you know, everybody knows he's been at the top for so long, and you know, I had to go over to Germany and I had to be very confident, and you know, I had to beat him very convincingly as well, and you know, it was great to get that out of the way and yeah, move on to the next one.
What do you think of Anthony? I mean, I'm talking about both as a man and as a fighter.
I mean, I do keep my opinions mostly to myself, but you know, some of the things that he says, you know, I definitely don't agree with. You know, some things that he has said before, I have agreed with, definitely, but you know, the guy says some things that aren't right, and you know, that's him. That's what he does. You know, I'm not like that. I'm a little bit quieter. I keep to myself a little bit more. You know, I'd rather let my boxing do the talking.
You could have had a fight against anybody else in the world. There's plenty chasing you. Why did you want to go after Anthony?
Well, we went over, after my fight in Germany, we went over to Vegas and we watched the Martinez and Chavez Jr. fight, you know, which my promoter, Gary Shaw, was you know, trying to get a fight with the winner of that, and unfortunately that didn't work out. So, you know, it may happen in the future sometime, fighting Martinez, but at this stage, we were sort of put on hold a little bit. You know, when we got back, Anthony decided, you know, he wanted to fight me, and you know, that's great.
It's going to be a big ticket item. The last time you fought, Anthony, I mean, everybody was very, very much thought that Daniel was a little bit unlucky that he didn't get the decision. When you look at that tape over and over and over again, was Daniel Geale unlucky? Were you lucky? How did you see this fight all these months on?
I don't think so. I thought it was a close fight. I thought it was a competitive fight. I thought I won the fight, though. I thought I hurt him on a number of occasions, to the head and body, and put him down once. I deserved that fight. I deserved to be champion that night, and but it was very, very close and very hard. Like I think this fight's going to be.
You've been quoted in the paper today as saying, "I want people to hate me." I'm not quite sure Mum would be that happy about that.
No,
what's that about?
No, I'm saying you need detractors, you need critics, not so much hate, but you know, just to question, you know, your ability or to question your what you've achieved, your achievements, that in order to fuel my hunger and my desire and my drive to be better.
Yeah. Do you think the general fighting public out there underrate what you've been able to achieve so far?
Yeah, I think so a little bit. I guess it's because of the way we've gone about things. You know, I haven't gone out, you know, blowing myself up and saying how good I am. You know, I just go about my thing, and you know, people are starting to catch on that, you know, what I've done is a pretty hard thing to do, and you know, I'm still looking forward as well. I'm not sitting back and saying, you know, have a look at everything that I've done. I'm saying, you know, watch what I can still do in the future. You know, I believe I'm still getting better. I believe I've still got a lot more to offer.
Do you believe that you won? You're going to beat this guy, and that you're going to be able to sort of vindicate all the things that you've said in the past?
I'm going to prove everybody wrong. He's the best challenger out there, and I want the biggest fights and the best challengers.
You know that people want to go to that fight and see you get beaten, don't you?
Well, some do.
A lot. I'd say there'd be more than Daniel.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It never worried you, though, did it?
It never worried me, because that's what drives me. That's what, you know, I fight for my people. You know what I mean? I love my people, I love my sisters, I love my brothers, I love my people. So much so that I'm willing to die for them. Yeah. You know what I mean? So and when I come up about questioning Daniel about that, I felt that I had the right for that. You know what I mean? That's it. Like, I respect him as a fighter, respect him as a man. He's feeling like a good guy. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I'm not a bad guy either. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to say to my people out there, the quote that was misunderstood is about merging my people together. And I'm saying, if the two genders are separated, then basically we are weaker, and so we need to merge together in order to become. If we're separated, one thing. But if we're separated, we're like open fist, open fan.
Last word to you.
But if we're together, we're like closed fist. From being strong, we become powerful.
We've got to move. We've got to give Daniel last word here.
This is about a fight, and we are still talking about a fight.
Yeah, we're talking about a fight. Now,
I
just want to get off my chest, so then I can talk about the fight and talk about me and you.
Well, the fight is next January. That's what we're looking at. We look forward to that. I mean, the tickets will go on sale soon, and all the dates will be announced sooner or later. Fellas, that's the end of it. Thanks very much for coming on the show, being with us live today, Anthony. Thank you very much, Daniel. Maybe, I mean, I saw you when you first came in here. You blokes did shake hands.
I've got respect for them.
Maybe now, for the audience out there, we can say goodbye, handshake, and we move on. Okay, we've got James Magnuson coming up, and of course we've also got Richie Beno and also Ian Chappell, and we're talking about Tony Gregg and the battle that he faces. You're watching Wide World of Sports. Back with a moment. Thanks very much, fellas.
Cool. Thanks.